The following podcast may be explicit. One Joe Young presents Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG podcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. Your seat is waiting for you in the shed as Brit joins us again for this episode. Aleyna brings news to Truk regarding the research he requested from the Arcus Arcanum, and ominous warnings to Nesolis from visions she had in her coma. Enjoy the podcast.
Hi, and welcome back to The Shed for Adventures from the Shed. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com, on iTunes, Facebook, Stitcher Radio, Twitter, Google, and other stuff that Mickey's thinking. She's thinking.
I don't have anything.
We're going to go around the table and say hi, and she's going to start us off.
Hi, everyone. This is Mickie. I play Nesolis, so that's all I'm going to say this time. Go ahead.
Hello, our loyal listeners. This here is JJ, and I hope you appreciate the fact that I try to put a smile on everyone's face before we start recording.
He does.
Hey everyone, this is Kurt. I am playing Truk, the monk-like fighter with some druid skills to go along. And hopefully I'll be speaking a little more clearly than last episode.
I think you will.
I'm Brittany. I'll be playing Aleyna, who will definitely be speaking more clearly than last episode.
Where she didn't speak.
Yeah.
Hey, and I am Joe. I am the Game Master as we continue our Dungeon World campaign set in the world of Alamand. We're going to do a quick recap, I will actually, of our last episode. Our heroes had made their way into the monastery, the group of three, as it were, between Nesolis, Calamity, and Truk. They made their way into the monastery in a cage of Nesolis' doing, with light cast on Calamity's blade, Duskbringer, or Duck's Demise.
Duck's Demise.
That one.
Duck's Demise.
The boat was a Dawnbringer. So I mixed your sword and your boat together, which should never be done.
Gander's End.
Inside the monastery, they were... Mickie needs a pencil, Kurt, if you would. Inside the monastery, they found their way around the darkness of the shadow demons into the sensei's quarters. Sensei Raishon was missing a pool of blood on the floor of his quarters. Then they found their way to the area where the sword was kept, a display area in the monastery, and the sword was missing. As we closed out the last episode, right near the end, between Nesolis and Truk, they called forth daylight to disperse the shadow demons, and right after that happened, outside, there was a winged creature bringing somebody into the scene. And as we closed out, a griffin landed on the ground, dropped Aleyna off, and flew off into the sun, disappearing shortly after flying off into the sun. Now, the scene where we open up is Aleyna is there, the griffin has just flown off and disappeared, and the entire monastery is in the... It's like the calm after the storm. There is a dead silence in the air. There's aside from the four of you, there doesn't seem to be anything living nearby. The whole monastery itself is just a quiet, almost like it had been deserted years ago. It just feels like an old building, an old place now. And that's where we're going to pick up. So I'm going to point to Brit first because Aleyna just showed up. Go ahead.
Guys, I'm sorry I was gone for so long. Truk, I have a message for you.
Message for you, sir.
Wow, so much for the pleasantries.
Don't know what it is. It came from the Arcus Arcanum from
that guy.
That guy.
How was your nap?
Nesolis, I have reason to believe your father may be coming for you.
Also, as Aleyna hands the scroll to Truk, it pops open in his hands. Like magic.
Like magic.
But yeah, go ahead.
What kind of font is it in?
Is it in Comic Sans?
It is in Wizard Comic Sans.
Truk is a little worried because he has a -1 to intelligence, so he's hoping he can read.
It's an emoticon, just good.
So what about there was a question about the father coming for you. What was your passed out state like?
So, Nesolis looks at her and is like, "Are you feeling okay? I mean, you've been out for a while. We thought you were dead."
I might have been. Anyways, it's not important. I'm
What
pretty
do you
sure
mean
your
that's
father...
not important.
She's
I'm
been
alive.
dead before.
I have been dead
You
before.
have been dead before. That's true.
All right.
So what makes you think that my father's coming for me?
Because when I was out, I kept seeing visions of a demon with an evil unlike I've ever known. The same demon I believe to be the one who sent the other demons for us in the grove.
But that could have been anybody. I don't know if that's my dad or
That
not.
could have been any
All
father.
demons are your father, Nesolis.
All demons are my father. So you're saying I'm the ultimate demon? Is that what you're saying, Nesolis?
No,
sorry.
you're the product of an orgy. That's what she's saying.
Oh, demon
A
orgy.
demon orgy?
You know, if we ever
Sounds
play
like a movie I
another,
watched a couple
if
months
we ever
ago.
play another monster villain sidebar,
Yes!
Nesolis' conception.
Oh,
Demon
Lord.
orgy. Nesolis is feeling very defensive
Violated.
right now. Defensive
Probably
right
a little
now.
self-conscious too.
And very self-conscious. What do you mean?
Your mom was a trooper.
Oh, God.
Not anymore.
So, she would look at Aleyna. I called you Nesolis. Aleyna. And just
You've
kind of...
called me worse.
Like, I've called you worse. She'll pull out her diary and start writing in it and say, "Dear diary, I don't know what's going on. Aleyna says that someone's coming for me. I'm not even sure if that's really Aleyna at this point.
Remember what happens when you start to write.
No, I don't want it to happen." So as I start to write, the ink just disappears. And usually I get a response, but there's no response in my diary. So I go, that's kind of strange. Maybe it's the quill. She gets a different quill and writes, "Dear diary, Aleyna's back and I'm not certain what's going on. Not really sure if it's really her at this point. She says my father's coming for me." Again, the ink disappears and there's no response. At this point, she starts panicking.
Good riddance.
Would she hear that?
I'm sure he would have said it out loud. Yes. He is not a fan of the diary.
Backhand, Calamite. How dare you? This is my only friend. So she's...
We are companions.
You guys are
I am right here!
I haven't known you as long as I've known my diary. My diary knows all my secrets. So she's like panicking at this time.
That's
And
because he
again-
was eavesdropping on you. You thought it was just a diary.
You don't know what I'm going through.
What your diary does.
My diary knows everything. So she writes and writes and writes. Nothing's happening. And you see her get more and more panic, and she starts crying. And she's like, "What's going on? Why won't you respond to me?" Which, at that point, she's going to try to do... I guess she would kind of relax, sit, meditate, and try to figure out what's wrong with her diary.
Okay. And as Nesolis is going through a little bit of a fit and then tries to calm down, Truk has been off to the side reading up on this scroll. Would you like to share what's in there, Kurt?
He has, and I think he needs to just read it to the group,
Okay.
lest he... Well, it's long. It'll take a couple of minutes, but he doesn't want to screw up the summary. So everyone, it says, "To Truk, I hope this information finds you safe. The mages and Dewey the librarian have compiled this information from scrolls, parchments, stories, and legends. As they shared this information, I hope I have recorded it accurately for you. It has been nearly 500 years since the banishment of Dantalion. The history of the elves and dwarves record it most completely, yet even within their writings one finds inconsistency and gaps. In this time, Alamand was consumed by evil and darkness. Among the leaders of the chaos, Dantalion stood as the general, mighty and clever. His power was immense at that time. Under his command, mighty beings of the abyss could quell the magic of the elves and humble the power of the dwarves. The race of humans suffered greater than all others during the reign of Dantalion. Those who did not hide were driven to near extinction. Forced north and west, further and further into the wastes of Alamand, the humans lost city after city, leader after leader. For years he hunted them and slaughtered them by the thousands. While the demonic focus remained squarely on the race of humans, the elves and dwarves forged an alliance to combat the demon general. Gathering the few remaining humans in the east and center worlds, they formed the Order of Light, a pinnacle of virtue, divinity, and truth, and the Crimson Order, a bastion of nature and magic. Through their alliance, they sought ways to defeat Dantalion, only to meet with failure time after time. Then one day, through desperate prayer, a revelation and guidance came to the leader of the Order of Light. Dantalion's power resides in a vessel of darkness. Armies led by the two orders marched on the demon horde in the only remaining human civilization, the Empire of Amarash. The demon army, alerted to the approaching threat, summoned the serpents of the desert, the Naga, to fight at their side. As the two sides clashed, it became clear that neither would overpower the other quickly or easily. The crafty mage Nico Nico Saint, infiltrated the center of the demon horde and stole away with Dantalion's source of power, the soul of darkness. The power of the vessel quickly began to take its toll on that mage, corruption creeping into his mind. Acting quickly, Nico buried the soul of darkness in the deepest, oldest, darkest tombs in Amarash, sealing the entrance and locking it against intrusion. Separated from the vessel, Dantalion grew weaker. His control over the Naga grew weak, and his demon horde began to lose ground to the army of the two orders. As his banishment from Alamand was completed, he swore an oath to those who opposed him. He promised his return would be at the hands of the child of his enemy. He promised his return would be at the hands of the child of his enemies. As generations passed, the threat has been disregarded. We have just learned that in the meantime, Nico, fearing the permanent loss of his mental capacity, commissioned a key for the tomb in Amarash. It was to be forged in 3 parts, which would be held by the most trusted in the lands. Almost done. Stories and prophecies grew from the legends of Dantalion, his oath, the soul of darkness, and the key. They became the stuff of fairy tales, legends, and campfire stories before falling away to obscurity in most of Alamand, as the races recovered from the war and gradually returned to peace. New concern arises now, as demonic visions are reported and demonic attacks are abundant in Alamand. There's been no word from Amarash's emperor for months. Stories of demon hordes and the downfall of Alamand are on the lips of storytellers once again. That's the history, and then at the end it says, I now fear even more for your life than at our last meeting here at Wint. The Master Mage has vanished. There's been some sort of explosion outside the east wall of the city. The blossoming plants begin to brown, even now in spring. There is an uncertainty in the air and a dread in the mind. Good luck to you and to us all.
And now, once Truk has read that, it's been opened up and it can be passed around and anyone else can read it as well.
This message will self-destruct in 60 seconds.
That would be kinda neat.
So as he reads the final lines of that, Truk's a little slow intellectually to process, but he notices that for the first time in months, he does not feel any connection to Frederica, and the power that he's been drawing from the earth feels like it has completely abandoned him.
Oh, dear.
And that is very disconcerting.
That's crazy.
A druid that can't feel the earth?
A wizard who can't read her diary.
Oh, what's going on?
Warlock.
A warlock.
A whizlock.
Crap.
A warard.
How are you feeling over there, Calamite?
I think that my home is calling me.
You're a man of many words.
Can be.
Well,
many talents.
Amarash is his home,
Right.
And that's mentioned in the letter.
Who remembers that prophecy that we came across a while ago about the swords?
7 years ago.
4 swords and 7 years ago. I remember it because I have it. There is, if you guys want to check your email, the
There's
subject
an email.
is prophecy. I did send that, but it is something that was already discussed. Remember, the result of this letter, this message that came to Truk, was him asking his friend, who we still can't remember the poor guy's name, but Truk asking his friend at the Arcus Arcanum to find out what they could about Dantalion and the prophecy. So we knew the prophecy. That's why it's not in the letter. But that was the result of it. They studied and found things among different media, and that this letter is the result of them, the group of mages and researchers, talking about what they found, and this guy recording it as they talked.
So, oh crap.
Wait,
This
are we
is
talking
bad.
about the poem?
Yeah, you could call it the poem. Yeah, that's the prophecy. Yeah.
The email was titled 3 Swords. It was from February 27th.
No, he also said one in title called Prophecy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, there's prophecy and three swords, but yeah, it's in there. Yep.
was
Bless
there,
you.
So
was
if
that
you guys
separate
want to read
things?
that again, you're welcome to read that out because it's still relevant.
I'm kind of curious what kind of media they found this information in.
There were first off, it is the regular scrolls. Part of it came from the book that Nesolis and Aleyna read in the library, The History of the Fae.
Okay.
Part of it comes from there. Part of it comes from just different scrolls and legends, and I mean they even have rocks that had chiseled things on them from different areas, dwarven script and elven writing, and they just compiled it based on what to research from what Truk had told them. So it came from about anything they could find, including enlisting some minstrels about folk tales and things like that. Because most of these stories are from 400 to 500 years ago.
Yeah.
Very little current.
So the prophecy was welcomed at birth, outcast by choice, concealed in life, strong of voice, bolstered by purity, by serenity, by might. The child of darkness wields the heart of the night. 3 swords. 1 sword, Dust's demise, was entrusted to the mighty empire of Amarash. 1, the day of reckoning, was held in serenity by the monks of Wadozation. And the 3rd, Dawn Arise, is kept safe by the purity of the Order of Light.
Because the information we just got, Truk, points us to a vessel of darkness,
Yeah.
which is the source of Dantalion's power.
Yeah. It's specifically named the Soul of Darkness.
The soul of darkness.
Yeah. It is a vessel, and that holds his power, and its name is the Soul of Darkness.
Do you guys think, she looks at you guys and goes, do you guys think that these are one and the same?
I think that
The heart of the night
I
is
think
the vessel
I
of
think
darkness?
I think the vessel of darkness would be that diary.
Well, we all know that you've got a slightly skewed perception of my diary.
I'm just saying it's kind of suspicious that this demon rises to power at the same time your diary goes silent. Just saying.
Coincidence, maybe?
After a tomb
coincidence.
in
Yeah.
Amaranth, wherever was opened,
Yeah. Huh?
but by you,
The tomb of Asku.
sure.
Ask you.
Ask
I
you.
am a rash.
The tomb of Imarash.
Am a rash.
And there's a mention here of 3 keys, 3 separate keys forged.
Well, I do know that the sword I wield did open a tomb.
So those are the keys. Your sword. She looks at Aleyna. Your sword. She looks at...
My lock's already been my lock's already been opened.
Your hole's already been opened. That was awful.
He
And
already had a
one that
sword
we're-
in that hole.
And one that we're missing. The one that the demons took.
From the Wadozation Monastery.
We need to find that last sword. And I need to get my diary back.
And there's no at the monastery. There is no question that the demons are headed north from the monastery, which is the general direction of Amarash.
Hey, Aleyna, how much can that griffin carry?
It's
The
gone.
griffin already went back into the sun like Icarus.
And what did it do that for?
Its wings melted and it died.
Because we needed a way to get Aleyna to the monastery. That's why.
That was faster than the super fast
Story
thing.
vehicle
Yes.
removed.
Well, that's awful.
Sorry.
We need to...
Why couldn't they just ride the giant eagles to Mordor?
Serious.
Because you just can't do that.
One does
So
not
now what?
simply walk into Amarash.
Therefore, what do you guys want to do?
I have a fancy new ship.
Yeah, except that the only route there is either by something like small barges or something, or land. Because there are some streams and rivers, but land is the direct route. All of the large bodies of water, which is where your ship would go, are to the east. I know we really haven't done much with the map recently, but the whole top of the map is land.
Okay.
You guys are in the west world, so from your perspective, west world, the water's all down here, and Emirash is up here.
Oh yeah, so
And
then we just go
like, here.
We go around the bottom half of the world.
You loop around?
Yeah,
We go on Christopher Columbus this.
yeah. I'm gonna look for the
we'll totally
Northwest
get
Passage.
to the right place.
Of course.
Sounds like we should start hiking. Double time.
Could be.
Yeah, we need supplies. We need to get out. We need to get going.
You can find enough things left in the monastery to equip you for the journey.
Interesting.
How
You
far do
wanna
we
say-
think it is to Emirash?
It is, let's put a number on this. From where you are and what I remember of the map, you're probably looking at 2 to 3 weeks overland at about the best speed you can manage.
I'm going to send a message along the usual channels to Amarash
Okay.
to ask if transportation could be
a
arranged
minute.
and have it be sent toward us. That way, it'll meet us halfway and whatever.
He
Your
has,
diary won't work. Nature doesn't work for you. I say there are no birds.
well, he's got his regular thing that that he came up with a while ago, where just a pigeon shows up whenever he needs to send a message
Right,
or
but
whenever a
there's-
message shows up for him. It's a magic thing.
Everyone else is cut off.
Okay. So
My Emperor's magic is greater than all of these other magics.
there you go. So a pigeon shows up, and the message that you're sending was,
I'm asking for transportation to be arranged to
Okay.
meet us, have it start coming this way.
Okay.
That way, transportation could be, given on the way back.
okay, so the bird flies off, and as soon as you take your eyes off it, it disappears as usual. And it's gone. I don't know how long that message will take to get there and come back, but it should be soon.
I sent it in Morse code.
And Morse code. In the meantime, you guys are going to...
Head on out.
Okay, so
We probably
everybody...
need to undertake a perilous journey.
Yes, we're about to.
Are you going to say hi to bye to Michaela? Truk?
Nobody's there. Everybody died.
Well, nobody's there. At least the first part is definitely true.
We're on top of a mountain, correct?
It's a hill, I
On the
think.
side of a not a huge
Yeah.
mountain.
Yeah.
Oh.
So- why you want to?
I wanted to hang glide
Skate
down
down.
off this bitch.
Well, I mean, I
we go
wouldn't
from
stop
the top
you.
of the monastery.
I wouldn't stop you from doing that. It just doesn't get you anywhere faster. It's just a cool thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for flavor.
Yeah, why not?
So I'm going to modify my Travoy.
Yeah, why not? Okay.
It breaks and he breaks his coccyx.
Right in the cervix.
What?
Old bad stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So
we
we
turn
get-
this AC on, I'm getting warm.
Yeah, I'll grab it. So, Calamity, describe what it looks like when you hang glide down there.
Oh, I mean, I'm definitely doing the whole, gigantic 24-foot wingspan. Because, full plate armor is heavy.
Yeah, that's got to be right.
And I rig it directly to the armor. So, it's going to be unwieldy to...
So, do you grab some tapestries off the monastery walls or something to do this? I'm curious what Truk sees when you are scavenging parts together for a hang glider.
For the monastery.
Yeah, I make this weird harness, full body harness, out of the stripping tapestries, or when I say stripping, I mean actually making strips out of the tapestry.
You're going to let him tear up your monastery like that, Truk?
Truk is just sitting with a smile on his face, thinking of a Zen cone. If a large paladin of commerce hang glides to his death and no one sees it in the forest, did it really happen?
But we are
Maybe.
seeing it happen.
Yeah, but he could close his eyes.
You have no respect for anything but the almighty dollar, do you, Calamte?
I have respect for a great many things, and
He
I
kind
think
of respects me.
the respect that I have for getting there in a hurry is greater than anything else right now.
So how's hand gliding going to get us there any faster?
How is
Do
it
you
not?
want to walk down this mountain the whole way?
Is there enough tapestry
I am
for more
asking
than
you
one
a
person to
question.
do this?
What's that?
Is there enough tapestry
Oh,
for more than one
sure,
person to do
sure,
this?
why
'Cause
not?
I am totally in. I've been
Okay.
on a griffin for a while now, so...
Yeah, all this walking stuff is for the birds. Well, I guess not really. Birds? Well, yeah.
Did you just kick me?
I did. Sorry.
Oh, was it on purpose?
No.
That's the question.
So you guys get down there. Let's go ahead and we'll start our first undertaking a perilous journey.
Who's gonna do what?
You
I can
guys,
make him roll and defy danger. I want to see what happens to him.
All right.
you actually? Well, all right. Well, we'll do it. It was just going to happen, but it sounds like you want to do it.
All right.
Now, first off, what you've just described to me sounds like a bit of ingenuity. This sounds like an intelligence roll to see
All
if
right.
you did it right.
You've got like 0 intelligence.
I have a 0 in intelligence. I don't have 0 intelligence. There is a difference.
Bit of a slip.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, we weren't talking about his modifier. We were talking about JJ. What do
That's
we
a
got?
4.
So
Whatever,
go
I'm
ahead
still
and
gonna
mark an
do it after him.
experience.
And now it'll be a nice slow
Yeah.
journey with a broken leg.
I told you it broke it. He broke his coccyx.
It's not the same thing as a leg.
So now he can't
So-
sit properly.
What we're going to do with that is that's just going to be a failure that I'm going to keep for now.
Okay.
What's going to happen for you, at least, is it's like the idea of you're going to jump off the side of the building with an umbrella and hope it helps you go down the fall slower. It kind of slows your fall, but you just fall 10 feet away from the side of the building.
Well, that's boring.
Yeah, it didn't hurt you, but you didn't glide anywhere. You fell with unceremonious grandeur.
Should I be rolling the same thing?
You can't
Nesolis
stop laughing.
Well, it's a
Nesolis yells, so how'd that work out for you?
After he falls?
Yeah,
Minor setback.
After Aleyna sees Calamity fall to the ground, does she jump?
She's going to make some adjustments first, but yeah, she's still going to jump.
Elena, seriously?
Of course.
Well,
You
we're
guys
gonna-
should already be walking.
You're going to do the
You're
same
never
thing.
going to catch me now.
You're
Bye.
going to do the same thing then. Give me an intelligence roll. This is a defy danger with intelligence. 8. Okay. You make it about twice as far as Calamity did, and it's like think of when
I
the
tried
people in the
flapping
parachutes
too hard.
are landing, and like they run along with their momentum. And sometimes the wind hits and lifts them back up. This happens to you like 5 times. You can't control it, and you end up with your hang glider snapped and wrapped around a tree, and you're stuck probably about a half mile ahead of everybody else.
Fantastic.
But you ran that
Hey, Nessie, you
half
think
mile.
we should go save these losers?
Let's just keep walking. If we run into them, fine.
Well, while I'm ahead, I guess I'll take Scout.
That's a heck of a good start. All right, so let's do that. We're going to do the Undertake a Perilous Journey. This is definitely it has the probability of being perilous, and we're going to find out how that goes. We have some of the basic move sheets out there.
I have them
If
here.
not, Britt's got a few right here. We
I'm
can
going to be a
hand those
master
around.
of quarters.
You're
You
gonna be a
are.
master of
And this is on the
quarters?
back side of it under the special moves on the left-hand side. So I want to hear
I should
what
not be
these...
the trailblazer.
Do you want to be Trailblazer?
No,
You
I'm
should
not.
be.
Yeah? I've not
that's
done well.
This is your chance to
My
redeem
chance to
yourself.
redeem myself. All right.
Nesolis
well,
is
first,
beside herself.
I
She
want
can't do anything.
the scout roll first.
Scout roll.
Scout, what do I add to it?
Brittany.
In,
Wisdom.
wisdom. Undertake
Okay.
a perilous journey is always wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So-
Each character with a job rolls plus
10.
wisdom. 10. Great. So yeah, you're out ahead, definitely. Trailblazer. Give me a number.
5 plus 2, 7.
7. Okay. And pardon me.
Master of quarters.
And he is too. Master
I
of coins. Yes. He's a coin master.
Hawaii!
How are you?
11.
11. All right, great. So
11 plus 1.
12.
12.
even better. Does Calamity have any experience with food, like actually
Yes,
cooking,
with actual
storing?
food and cooking, yeah.
So the
He had a cousin once who really liked curry.
yeah, he did.
And incense.
So think about, and this is up to you, JJ, but think about what you might have picked up from the monastery and how you're able to make that last longer, because that's what's happening.
Demon jerky.
Can I have a
Demon jerky.
cream soda, please?
Nice. So it's shadowy. It's like cold already.
Yeah.
It preserves itself.
It's
or something.
jerky.
That's gross.
Nice. Maybe these demons were carrying some of that braided skin.
That's true.
If you remember that. That was
man.
your idea. Braiding of the
Epidermis.
skin.
I don't work with fur. You.
Love you too. Jeez.
And now you're able to just make a decent time. Every path you take is slightly overgrown. It's really easy to follow the trail that the demons left behind. As there is, there's no question that darkness went this way. The trees are just slightly more decrepit. The grass has died off in a lot of places. Even weeds are having a tough time growing behind what these demons left in their wake. So it's really easy to follow them, and it's almost a beeline straight. They hardly ever turn except to maybe go around a particularly tall hill or something like that.
Or to eat a baby.
Or to eat a baby, perhaps. Yes.
Ah, yummy baby.
Oh, man.
So tender.
They are. They have a lot of baby fat.
I'm imagining in my head right now
Eating a baby.
Cookie Monster that like eats
Nom,
babies.
nom,
baby
Little
monster.
bits of them flying out. Nothing actually gets
Lord.
digested.
B is for baby. It's good enough for me. Because baby starts with B.
Oh man. One little baby. Two little babies.
I love to count infants. All right. Wow. We just Sesame Streeted the hell out of that bitch.
Segue.
All right. So
to our listeners.
up ahead, Aleyna, while scouting, sees Muppets. Up
That's not unusual.
towards the end of the second, or we'll say second day. You make it through the first day without a problem. Towards near the end of the second day, when you're starting to look for a place perhaps to camp for the night, Aleyna, off in the distance, you actually see what is unmistakably the forms of Naga. And it looks like they're going in the same direction as you, but with your scouting roll, you're able to see them before anything might happen to you. How do you handle that?
So we're kind of coming up directly behind them.
Yes. It looks like, based on the speed they're going and the speed you guys have been maintaining, that you would catch up to them if you kept going now, or if you stopped, they would probably keep going. Naga don't need sleep or something. But they don't
They're
seem
not
to
going to sleep?
They're not going to sleep.
They must be slow. If we can catch them.
It looks like they are moving
Slowly.
Yeah.
How far ahead of these guys am I?
How far ahead would you be scouting? That would be your answer.
How far ahead do scouts usually scout?
As far as their wings will take them.
How do scouts...
What I like
do
to think,
scouts?
an easy reference for me in talking about scouting, because it makes sense, is you're going far enough ahead that when you turn back, you can still see your party, but just barely, so that they don't lose sight of you and you don't lose sight of them.
I'm going to make a hand motion that looks like a snake. I don't know how this hand motion looks like a snake.
I think she's practicing for a pageant.
I think she's trying to do the wave all on her
She's
own.
doing the wave all by herself. Hey, does anybody know what the heck Aleyna's doing up there?
The Macarena?
Macarena.
Hey, Macarena.
It's Macarena.
That's what we've been doing this whole time.
Very nice.
All right.
Well done, sir.
And so, yeah, Aleyna makes a motion, some kind of slithery arm motion in the air, right at the edge of your vision. Now, we're headed north. It's towards the end of the day, so the sun is off to your left side. There are still a lot of trees around. You guys are going through a forested area. Maybe medium amount of trees. There's not a full canopy overhead, but there's plenty of trees and brush and what have you.
I think Aleyna's
We're
saying
going
she
the wrong
found-
way. Damn it!
I think she
If the
said
sun's setting to the left, we're going the wrong way.
West. Sun sets in the west.
Rises
You're
in the
headed north.
east and sets in the
Yeah,
west.
so if I'm facing the north,
The sun should be on
It's
your
should be
left.
on your left side.
Correct.
Oh my
Yay,
gosh, JJ got a
directions.
rule wrong. And this is a rule of life.
That's the problem.
I think Aleyna is signaling that she found a nice breezy place for us to set up camp.
Cool.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
I think we should catch up with her.
Yeah, we should hurry up and get up with her.
When you guys meet up, what does Aleyna actually say?
They're a Naga.
Damn it!
Wait, what about the nice breezy place to set up camp?
What breezy place? I was saying there are snakes.
I thought that was a dance.
What?
I thought you were blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
It could have been ants, maybe.
What I would say is you guys ought to work on your hand signals.
Yeah, from now on,
From now on,
Naga. Demon. For those of you at home, I'm making funny demon face with claws.
Which you would be able to see when somebody's a speck in the distance, I'm
Absolutely,
sure. Yeah,
totally clear.
yeah.
So, even though we've been fighting them, like, constantly, Naga don't like demons, right?
Well, according to the little brochure,
They don't like us either.
According to the Naga brochure.
According to the history of brochure.
weren't they part of the same army at some point?
So Dantalion took control over the Naga. He summoned them and had them fighting for him.
Right.
But after his
That's,
vessel, after the Soul of Darkness was taken from him, he lost control of them.
Yeah, so
but it seems
and-
like he would be gaining.
So these are
control
two
if
competing
he's-
armies trying to summon their daddy.
Right, because we were fighting each other back at the Monastery of the Order of the Light, weren't
Yes, but if they start
Yeah.
following him again, they'll be
they? Well,
fighting us.
Maybe,
So
we,
maybe
Either way.
somebody needs to take
So
control of
take
the
him
Naga.
out.
maybe we need to rock some
before-
mind control on these Naga.
I think we
Someone
need to
needs
get
to-
the daughter to take control of the Naga.
Someone needs to take control of the Naga.
the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Do you
Okay.
think you
At
think
least
you
until I
convince
stab
them
him in
that
the back.
you're under Dantalion's command?
I can try.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to do?
So yeah, let's see if her acting skills are still up to par.
Oh,
Glares at you.
she hasn't been distraught or anything recently.
Okay.
Just
So I need to channel
trick-
my
the trick
inner
is-
demon.
the trick is act like you belong, and everyone assumes you do.
Aw.
Is that what you do every day,
Pretty much.
Calamte?
It's worked so far. You guys keep listening to me.
It's true. He's become the de facto leader because he acted like it.
That's pretty true, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Therefore, you have some precedent to go
I mean,
on.
I just jumped out of monastery window with wings.
Because I did it.
If
No,
Calamity
I did it better, but it was still his idea.
Well, if Calamity jumped off a monastery, would you? Yeah.
Yes.
Because he's just cool.
Yeah. So,
But apparently not light as a feather.
no. How do you guys go about confronting the Naga? That's the next question. If that's what you're going to do.
So we're gonna play it stealth-like, if I understand Calamte's.
Oh, no, you're going to march in there
Suggestion.
all imperious.
But you
and-
guys are not.
Oh, yeah, no, you're going to be by yourself.
So we're gonna be all stealthy.
And if this doesn't work, we'll just kill them all.
I am going to take a moment to prepare dominate.
Oh,
My favorite.
Aleyna has never seen this spell done.
So
What she does, she lifts up her skirt.
Brittany's heard this
And
spell
just
done.
stands there.
Wayne.
No, she has dominate tricks that she does.
oh Lord.
Well, those require the boots. And those boots aren't made for walking. And that's what we're doing.
Are you done?
That's just what we'll do.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, one of these days, they're going to walk all over you.
Possibly.
All right.
He'd like that.
I was going to
think
say,
that
you can
they
only
don't?
wish. Only
So-
hope.
You're going to take a few
I'm gonna
few
take a
minutes.
moment.
Yeah,
To prepare dominate.
got it.
She's gonna channel her inner demon. She looks at her diary longingly, because normally her diary would offer her advice in this situation, but she looks at it and just shakes her head and puts it away, and then you see her kind of like square her shoulders, and she walks towards the Naga and tries to find whoever is like the lead Naga.
Is anybody going with Nesolis?
No, I have to go by myself.
Shadowing her,
Okay.
but maintaining a safe distance, but close enough to respond to
Okay.
distress.
So you're going to try and stay far enough behind her that you are not detected.
Yeah,
As a group.
as a group.
So here's what I'd like to do. Between Calamity, Truk, and Aleyna, each of you roll a d6, and we're going to take the best two out of the 3. And I'm going to use this as a defy danger against dexterity.
So 4.
Oh, so we add dex?
No, I'm just treating it as that. Don't add anything, sorry.
I got a 2.
I got a 4.
I
And
got 4.
all right. You guys stay far enough back, although you are breaking twigs and stuff as you walk. They're probably not going to see you, but if somebody really paid attention, they might hear you. You're not able to stay completely quiet as a small group. Nesolis?
Can she tell which Naga is in charge?
As has been the case the times that you've encountered Naga so far, there's one that just has slightly different shimmers to its scales. It has a slightly different color, perhaps, a little more blue instead of the green. There is one that does stand out.
She runs up to that one and smacks it across the snout.
Nice.
Now,
And
I'm in charge now.
I am sensing...
look at me.
gosh.
I'm the captain now.
I'm gonna, we're going to start this as a defy danger with charisma.
Of course you would.
Now,
pick
was the slap the actual casting of the spell?
Yeah, because, all right, so for those who are listening, you might recall that when Nesolis gained this power, I kind of changed it a bit and said that it would require touch to enact the spell. That's not how it's written on the character sheet, but I just felt that that would be more in line with...
You should probably touch someone if you're dominating them.
Absolutely. Touch is very important to establish those ground rules. So the slapping is the enacting of the spell.
Yeah. But what I'm looking for first is the reason I want you to roll Defy Danger first is you're approaching them with an air of authority.
Correct.
Before, in my opinion, I guess not just my opinion, the way this is going to work, before you're able to cast your spell, you need to get by them with that air of authority. And that's
So you
what we're
smack
doing
him,
first.
you say, I'm in charge now, and the safe word is bananas.
And Naga
safe word
hate those. They would
is-
never say that. So
I
I
rolled
see 2 6s.
12.
All right, so
maximum
Yes.
charisma.
You definitely walk in there like you're in charge.
I walk like I'm the boss.
It's
You
the
might
boots.
even look a little snake-like as you walk in. maybe.
Yeah, like
All right?
my features elongate. I start
and
holding
now-
my
Can't
S.
you alter your form?
I can.
So let's do the spell. Let's actually try your dominate.
So my touch pushes my mind into someone else. I gain a plus 1d4 hold. So I got to roll a d4 to...
Well, you have to cast the spell first.
Oh, I am. I'm casting it
Well,
now.
it's you roll
You
plus
actually gotta
intelligence.
I got to roll to actually do the spell.
Every spell is a cast a spell. Yeah.
Wow, that's an 8 on the dice plus
that'd
3. That's 11. That's
got
awesome
it.
sauce.
Now go ahead with the holds.
So now I have to roll a d4 to get my holds. That's 3. Woohoo.
Nice. And I'll go. Yeah, go ahead. And
So
do
I have
it.
3
Now, let's see
holds.
what we're
You
doing.
did roll better than whatever.
Yeah, I rolled better than awesome.
So
You could take a 7 to 9 if you want to do
Yeah.
something more with the spell.
you could
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because
This
I just
might-
need to...
Because you were already successful, this might not be a good place to draw unwanted attention.
Exactly.
You are solo, and that's
All
what everyone
by
picks.
myself. But here's my thought process, right? So
Yeah.
for those listening at home, I know this is kind of frustrating. So she is going to walk in under the impression that once she takes over, it's kind of like the biggest bully on the playground, right? Once she takes over the head Naga, the rest of them will fall in line.
Cut off
So
the head of
she's
the
going
snake.
to concentrate. Pardon? Cut off the head of the snake. Exactly. So she's going to concentrate on that one, which is why she just walked in like she owned the place, smacked it across the snout. I rolled an 8 plus 3 and 11 on my spell. So that means it's successfully cast.
Yep. So now the spell description itself. Let's go to that.
So my touch pushes my mind into the Naga. I've got 3 holds, and I can have to spend 1 hold to make the target do any one of these actions, and have 4 to choose from. I can either speak a few words. I can make it speak a few words of my choice. Give me something they hold. Make a concerted attack on a target of my choice, or truthfully answer 1 question.
So now part of this too is I want you to know, in case you weren't already thinking, the speak a few words of your choice. You could be telling it to give orders to its
Exactly.
others. Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to make it do is
acknowledge you as the mistress.
Who's in charge here?
I'm just saying.
I'm dominating here.
She's not cutting off the head of the snake. She's getting into the head of the snake.
Yeah.
So the first thing I'm going to make it do is, let me think.
And it will use a hold, and you have 3. So remember that economy you've got
Make
to
it
work with.
acknowledge you as the leader.
Would you let
Just
me
saying.
play?
Don't make it give commands. Make it acknowledge you as the leader.
Well, me smacking it across the snout, I'm going to give them something they hold, and I'm going to have him relay his control to me.
I figured it was
I'll
her.
buy that.
Right?
Instead of physical,
Instead of physical,
I'll
he's
deal with
gonna
that.
he's gonna
Okay.
relay his control to me. I'm going to make him acknowledge I'm the leader of the group.
Okay.
So that's what, 2?
All right, let's start there. This Naga hisses a few, definitely snake words, and the others, the other Naga around, which there are more than you can see right now. There are some in the shadows. There are probably about 15 or 20 around you. There are 5 in this immediate circle, and they do nod their heads irreverently towards you. They do acknowledge that you are in charge. You just don't understand what they said.
Okay. So now I'm in charge.
Yeah.
The rest of the snakes know I'm in charge.
Yeah.
Truk knows you're in charge.
Everybody
And
knows
the,
I'm in charge.
The head snake says, "Are we still to seek?" Let me rephrase this. Are we still to serve the emperor?
You serve me now.
Okay. Are you in the employ of the emperor?
I'm the emperor's daughter.
Okay.
I don't know who the emperor is.
Look
I'm the
like him.
princess of the emperor.
I'm the princess. I'm the empress.
You don't look like him.
Did he mean, I wonder, the Emperor of Amaresh?
I don't know.
He's a human.
Huh?
He's a human.
He's a human? Don't backtalk to me. Backslap.
So once you have, I don't know if you guys had thought of a plan ahead of time, but once you have asserted your control, are the others going to join you? The others of your party?
Before they join, I would have to warn the snakes.
Okay.
The rest of my minions
Okay.
are coming.
Okay.
They
Your
don't
entourage.
look like us.
I like minions.
They don't look like us, but no one is to attack them. If you attack them, you will deal
Okay.
with me.
But feel free to defend yourselves.
There is more of the snake tongue goes around. They talk to each other, and there's a general agreement that
Okay.
that is going to happen.
I need to start understanding snake language.
That could be interesting.
Okay, now what? So now we have a group of Naga at our beck and call.
I think we should take them back to Went and go drinking at the pub.
Well,
We'd walk in and the old barkeep there.
yeah, yes. Ellen.
Ellen.
Well, so let's just say, for the sake of expedience, that everybody joins.
Okay.
You are now amongst Naga, who do give you a whole lot of sideways snake glances.
That's all.
But they know that they are right now being told very specifically to put up with you.
Yep. And I ignore them for the most part and pretend to be subservient to the tiefling.
Okay.
You must kneel before me.
I pretty
how
much
does
act
that
like
look?
I always do.
Is he okay?
How does it look when you're pretending to be subservient to the tiefling? Are you-
I defer to her, so like I wait for her to sit first before I will take a seat.
Okay.
Like if she wants to eat something, I let her eat first.
Okay.
But he's really topping from the bottom.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do they want, or do you want them to call you boss or mistress or what? What is it they should be
Mistress.
Empress.
calling you? Empress?
Why not?
Fuck. You're the shot for 2 hisses.
So the
Mistress. No, I don't like that.
the previous boss in the snake says, Empress, we planned on traveling through the night, but it looks like you are resting.
Can we ride the Nagas?
No.
It's not legal in Alamand.
We can't ride the Nagas?
No, once they kill you, they could drag you.
Yeah.
Well,
They don't have like saddle areas or anything. No.
but they can pull something, can't they?
Oh snap!
I think we
You might be stretching the limits of what Dominate can do with one hold left.
Do you still have your wings? We can make a travois.
I know, right?
That's what I'm thinking. Can we make like
Yeah.
a little sled and have them?
How
you
many
want the-
Naga were there?
Wow, you're going to really dominate the Naga. Okay.
Right?
Mickey's eyes are like just lit
Yeah,
up.
it is.
She's
That's why-
she's on fire.
That's another great thing about not saying no. If you really want to do it,
Yeah, let's make a sled.
it wasn't very long ago that somebody jumped off the
I know, right?
monastery.
So she snaps at her little minions and is like, build me a sleigh.
Build me a sleigh. So you guys are going to get slayed.
Calante. Let's make a sleigh.
I'm sorry. Did we stop burping on the podcast?
Yes.
Sorry, Teo. That wasn't me this time.
Aleyna messes everything up.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Let's build a sleigh.
All right, and I do it.
Okay. There's a bit of I think you've done it enough now. I'm not going to require a roll, but there is the amount of materials you have to build something are limited.
Yeah.
So it may not last that long. We're going to treat
It's
it that
okay.
way. And I need Nesolis to use up that last hold,
Damn
telling
it.
me how you convince the Naga, your new friends, to, well, be your dragging chauffeurs.
All right, so here's the deal.
We just couldn't walk. We had to use that last hole.
I know, right? 'Cause why play it safe? We're surrounded by snakes. What's the worst that could happen?
These are the ones that cast lightning bolt. And all that.
Joe's holding a failure, so we might find out what the worst thing
know,
can
right?
happen
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
So she would say the Emperor's mission is very important. And as you know, being his daughter, the wishes of the Emperor are my wishes. I don't want to, I did not anticipate running into you here, and I don't want to delay you
How
any further.
good is Naga hearing?
I don't know. How good is Naga hearing?
You will find out if you say something that could put you in danger.
Okay,
Shut
so
your
I'm just
mouth,
gonna
Aleyna.
Now, I would point out at this
Lean.
point that this is when Calamity would be close enough to hear the talk of Emperor, which he would
Yeah,
have
that's.
heard
I was
before.
going to lean close to Calamity and be like, "Is she talking about your emperor?" Or?
No say.
Don't want to delay you. Therefore, given that you can walk through the night,
Yeah.
we'll make a sled and
And your hirelings can't.
yeah, the hirelings can't walk through the night. So we'll make a sled and
That's a better word.
we'll take turns
Okay.
pulling the sled. That way we don't have to stop.
Okay. That will use the last of your holds for this. So if you wanted to do any more commanding of them,
I can't do that anymore.
you will need to cast it
I
again.
have to cast it again.
Yeah. They
Roll another
will.
12.
Yeah, they will. They'll help. Yes, they will do what you require of them to help move through the night,
Okay.
which allows you guys, if you choose, to sleep while snakes are dragging you through the forest.
Take turns.
I imagine it's a very smooth ride.
It would be, yeah.
They're clearing
Yeah.
out everything.
Well, what I'm thinking, I don't know if this is what you were thinking, JJ, but I don't think snakes like pulse forward like walking or a horse or anything where there's,
No,
that
No, they
kinda
just
like
pulsing.
slide.
slither.
So
They
you would
slither.
have a nice smooth slide on the ground. That would be interesting.
They slide,
They
and then we
slide.
slumber into
They
sleep.
slide to the left, slide
And then
to the right.
if you...
Crisscross,
Oh, God.
crisscross.
Now you guys are in the middle
Jasper slide.
of a bunch of snakes, a bunch of naga, and you've been on the trail of demons. Chances of something happening are pretty high, and it's been described now as you're going to take turns sleeping. So I want to use the take watch move,
Take watch.
which is a little off because it says when you're on watch and something approaches the camp to roll something. In this case, through the night, something may happen. So I want to give
We're
the
gonna
people
watch
who
one of the
are
Naga
taking
eat a
watch-
baby.
Yeah, exactly. No.
It pulls a baby out of
Oh,
a sack.
delicious baby.
Yes, they have sacks of babies. That's their dungeon rations.
Oh, I'm hungry. Time to get a baby.
They have babies of all the different, like elves and dwarves and humans. It's like trail mix.
Jeez. Poor baby.
Mama! Blah.
Oh my God, that's awful.
All right, so who's going to take the first watch?
I'll take first watch.
Really, what I'm looking for here is if a failure happens, then something will come about. Otherwise, it's just going to be you guys are keeping an eye out, as you wanted to. I just want to get some rolls out of this because of the really precarious situation you have now put yourselves in.
All right.
So go ahead, JJ.
So taking a watch.
Yeah. And these are all plus wisdom.
Woohoo! That's a 10.
Okay. And actually, the way we're going to do this, unless somebody specifically says they are going to sleep the entire time, everyone's going to give me a roll.
I'll go.
Okay. Kurt's just
It's on the ground.
throwing dice around.
That dice was
Two.
too big.
And a
Oh,
one.
man.
Oh,
Two.
okay, so I was
Plus
looking
wisdom.
for a failure. Thank
Plus
you,
two.
Kurt.
Great.
wanna
Google it.
roll two?
Google it.
Wait, you're not going to count that?
Oh, no, I'm going to count it, but
Oh.
now you can have the two big dice for the next roll.
Oh, that's 11.
Yeah, but that
Plus
doesn't
2,
count.
13.
Go ahead. For Nesolis.
Oh, that one doesn't count.
Well, his failure
Plus
counts.
wisdom, right?
Yeah.
That's a 10.
All right. And Aleyna. What you get?
Wait, what do I add?
Plus wisdom. That's an 8.
That, no, it's still an 8.
All right. Well,
I almost just threw my coffee out the door on your dog.
cool.
Hi, Jack.
Hey,
Hey,
Jack.
Jack.
You wanted a dog that wasn't white, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter that much. Truk, when you are awake, you notice about 3 or 4 of the Naga speed up ahead and leaving the rest with you guys. So it looks like they've gone up ahead. Like, well, maybe not up ahead. They've taken off as fast as apparently they can slither in the same direction that you guys were
Fast
going.
as their scales will slither them forward.
I would wake Calamite up
Okay.
and tell him what I saw and say, I don't know if they're going to ambush us or if there's something else happening, but you should be aware of this.
I think they're just looking for confirmation.
Yeah. Okay, so then morning comes, you guys can wake up, and you notice that there are fewer snakes than there were, fewer Naga than there were when you went to sleep last night. Now, Truk knows for sure, because he saw several leave.
I need to walk up to the dude in charge. Let's
Yeah.
call him Samuel.
Sammy?
Sammy the snake.
I made a snake.
And I'm going to try to dominate again and get
Okay.
some details from him.
Okay. Now, there's no danger walking up to him now, because you were already in charge.
No, but I got to
But
cast
you're,
a spell.
yeah, you're about to
Let's cast
mess with him.
the spell.
on
Ooh.
Sammy.
That's a 7 plus 3, 10.
All right. Hey, that's not a failure.
Phew.
So you got D4 of holds again, so go with that.
So roll a d4.
Yep. That's part of your dominant
2 holds.
spell. All right. Therefore, you are going to do what?
Truthfully answer one question.
Okay.
Why did part of the snakes leave last night, Sammy?
It looks like he doesn't want to answer you, but he is compelled because you have gotten into his tiny little snake mind. And he says, they are bringing word to the Emperor that you are arriving.
Oh, yeah, my dad will be very happy to see me. She turns around and he looks at you guys and with the,
That was such a good idea.
shit look.
So do you recognize where we are?
Huh? Yeah, we're heading toward Amarash.
Yeah, well, he knows where you're headed, but chances of him having walked this specific area before are kind of slim. It's a big world. Anybody may have been here at one time in the past, and to be honest, that'd be a spout lore roll.
Have
If
we
anybody-
passed your transportation yet?
You guys have been traveling now for 3 days, 3.5 days out of 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, he was the
Oh,
idea
so the
for
other
him
snakes,
was to meet halfway.
they're not like going to be there already. They're just going ahead.
Possibly. They left, and the reason for leaving was to tell the Emperor his daughter's on the way.
This was a wonderful idea.
Truk's not very smart, but are we?
He's not a wise man, Jenny.
Okay.
Are you pretending to be the daughter of the Emperor of Amarash, or are you referring to
She doesn't
Dentalian
even
as the
know.
Emperor?
She
Yeah.
doesn't know who. She
And
just said,
I know that my emperor does not work with Naga, so I'm assuming it's some other emperor.
and Nesolis was just like, I mean, a young kid doesn't know any better. She's like, yeah, Emperor, totally his daughter.
That's
Gotcha.
me.
To that she would respond, "Good idea sending word to my father, but do not usurp me again."
So are you going to use your other hold
No.
to command him to do something?
Yeah.
I can't command.
You're giving... Well, I got to reread
It says, "Speak a
myself.
few words of your
Yeah.
choice, give you something they hold, make a concerted attack on a target of your choice, or truthfully answer one question."
What I would do is, if you want to tell him that you're still in charge, I would do like we did the first time.
So give me something they
Yeah.
hold, so he would
You-
give me his
you
command.
can reassert your authority by using a hold, or just ask him to.
You will respect my authority.
All right, and that will use up the other hold, and it will wrap up this session of Adventures from the Shed. And for now, we're all just going to say...
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, and thank you so much.
Do
for
snakes have
listening.
penises? I think so. Peanuts?
I know female hyena have the largest clitorises in the animal kingdom.
They call them
I
a moth
really
penis.
wish I had stopped it already.
Our heroes follow the demon's trail from the monastery and spy some Naga during a night's rest. A plan is hatched and Nesolis convinces the Naga to obey her and travel with the party to Amarash. A few Naga sneak off to notify the Emperor. Thanks for joining us. The preceding podcast was brought to you by One Joe Young. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.